No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
What's up, you guys? It's your girl reporting from Wyoming. I just finished my drive shift. We're at a rest area. I just ate me some New England clam chowder. If y'all don't know by now, those Campbell's kettle style soups are A1. A1. Like, they got a crab and corn chowder. That one was good. Had a little hint of spice. I like the tomato bisque and the clam chowder. That's all I like. Oh, and they have a good broccoli cheddar soup. But clam chowder, crab and corn chowder, A1. But yeah, we about to pull off. We about to head to Salt Lake City. Gonna get some showers in, and then we're gonna keep on trucking to Troy, California, which is like very close to the Bay Area. So yeah. What's up, you guys? We got we're on I-80 westbound, and there's a possible accident. Roads are slippery. It's snowing. It was snowing real heavy. You can hear the CB. Everybody's trying to communicate and stuff like that.
Then he might be stuck on the side of the road.
I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna flip it around so y'all can see what's going on.
Well, you gotta get some momentum going.
What is he doing?
I don't think he can stop.
Now the traffic is built up.
You gotta set it.
I can see.
Ahead of it.
See, I may have to put on our differentials.
Yeah, that's what he was talking about, axle lock.
So we can get up this mountain.
Yeah, since we stopping and going like this.
Yeah, so for those of you that are watching this video, there might be some volume to it. If you hear my voice, that means I left the volume
Bubbles are
to
in
it.
the center.
But yeah, they've had a crash up here somewhere. Of all places to be stuck
On top of the hill.
Oh Lord, he about to tear up some stuff. Heads up westbound, you got sheriff coming up on the left shoulder. Sheriff coming up left shoulder.
Y'all think snow and mountains are beautiful when you are skiing, but not for us.
Yeah, so this is someplace, this is a situation that you don't want to be in, because right now we're on this mountain and we're having to stop and it's icy. So when we get ready to take off, you know, we may lose some traction trying to take off. Now we're loaded, so we do have some weight on us, which may help us a little bit. But you know, I can feel it that, you know, I'm losing.
Yeah, let's just stop on the fucking hill. That's what I was thinking.
worst thing to do right now, drivers. So we're going to struggle getting up this hill.
Put it on traction lock, you won't have such a problem.
Very true. You make a good valid point, but not everybody knows to do that, driver.
You know you don't use that button too often. It's over there on the right.
Trainer was talking about how in conditions like this, you really have to use stab braking, meaning you have to, you know, hold your brakes for 5 seconds to get down to your safe speed and then release. You don't want to continuously hold them while going down a steep descent. Otherwise, you'll end up burning your brakes out, and they will catch on fire because the friction material within the brakes are rubber and other synthetic blend material. And we had that issue. It smells really bad, but we had that issue when we were coming down Belle's Pass the last time we had. We were really heavy carrying naked juice or whatever, and you can continue from there. Oh, and the heavier you are, the more it's going to take for you to slow your vehicle down, for you to slow down. Mm-hmm. So like Portia was saying, or like the Travelling Southern Belle was saying, for me, I have a target speed. So right now, my target speed, let me get back to it. My target speed is 25 miles an hour. When I see that I'm getting ready to go beyond my target speed, I will apply pressure to my brakes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to knock me down to about 21 miles an hour. I don't give it any acceleration. I just let the truck roll because I'm going down. I'm going down a little hill or a little mountain now. So I let my truck roll. And as I'm getting closer to my target speed, like now we're coming to pretty much a stop almost. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I come up off my brakes, and I continue to do that until I have safely made it down whatever mountain, whatever little hill that I'm on. Especially when the conditions are like they are. We're in winter conditions. We're literally in a winter storm. Basically what we're in. And as I was telling her, I went through Prime's training program, and I'm thankful that I went through Prime's training program. I learned a lot. And some of what I learned, I actually learned it once I got out here on my own. So there's going to be a lot of things that Portia may not learn on my truck, but I would do my best to teach her everything I could possibly think of so that when she does come upon a situation that maybe she didn't experience on my truck, there will be similar situations that she can apply the same principles to, you know, what may be going on. But
right.
You see,
we're about down to the bottom here, and we're only creeping along here at 20 miles an hour.
Right. It's a truck. It look like it's a truck.
It could be a nice, sunny, Daisy Duke day. Irregardless, always plan your trip. Planning. Trip planning is key. Trip planning is the key. You gotta trip plan. You have to check your weather conditions. You have to check your road conditions.
We did that last night
80
before I decided.
80 is notorious for shutting down, especially
Down
coming.
here in the bottom here, you got a FedEx in the right lane there going really slow.
Well,
That's causing another backup.
Well, go around it, driver.
You're causing the backup.
Oh.
I got ahead of him, so I'm good.
Yeah, so last night before we left, when we switched drivers, we definitely made sure that we checked the radar before leaving. That was the deciding factor if I was going to go ahead and drive. But I'm glad we, you know what I'm saying, made it.
Do what he said.
And I did that. I don't know if you. I did that on purpose. I gave you 2 options because I wanted to see what option you were going to take. And when you took the options, when you thought about the options, when I gave you the option to either one, we could leave at 6 o'clock in the morning, or option 2, we can go ahead and leave now because the roads are clear and the storm is not expected to come in until later on that morning. However, the storm was going to come in while you were possibly still driving, possibly. But you said, and you made me really proud when you made this decision. You said, you know what? I'm already up. I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna go ahead and drive. I was okay with that. Either decision that you had made would have been okay with me. But the fact that you said, I'm gonna go ahead and drive, because you looked at the weather, you looked at everything, and you made a conscious decision to say, you know what, I'm gonna do this.
Right.
You weighed the options, and you said, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this. And it worked out. You drove, you experienced some of the high winds. It was time to change shifts, and I got the storm, which I would have preferred to have gotten the storm anyway. Not saying that you wouldn't have been able to handle the storm, but I wanted to go ahead and get us through this because I do this. Not in a cocky way. Or not like that. Not in a
Toot
cocky
your
way.
horn, sis.
Not in a cocky way. It's just that this here is just, this is nothing new to me. I'm like, this was nothing for me to drive through this.
But at least I got up to see, you know, what needs to be done when it does arrive.
Right. So, I mean, so when you get out here on your own, or when you and your friend, whatever, your team or whatever, and you come into situations like this, you're not in a rush to get anywhere.
Right.
There's no need to rush to get anywhere. They on the radio complaining because the FedEx truck going slow. Go slow, Mr. FedEx man. Do your thing. Because normally they going 70, 80 miles an hour.
Yeah.
In this weather condition.
And they that second trailer just be fishtailing. He look like a shark on his way to some fresh meat.
And now we stopping up here again. So we're literally stopped up here now. So why do I need to speed around this FedEx truck?
Fast to nowhere.
To go nowhere. Or they exited off. Okay. See, he's getting off. Alright. Get off, Mr. FedEx. So he's talking about you like a dog. So it basically, be damned if he do, be damned if he don't.
Yeah. He was smart though.
And now they look like they taking off their chains. But y'all can talk about me, because guess what? I'm gonna make it to where I gotta go in one piece.
Okay.
I'm gonna make it where I gotta go. I'm not gonna jack up my money. But you can count some Christmas on that one.
Yeah.
And then we didn't even have to chain up. There's been no need to chain up, because I'm looking at the roads, and yeah, even though it was some slush, but in essence the roads were basically clear. So you were getting the traction.
Right. It's just people need to maintain their distance apart.
Like the one guy came flying down me, and he was hitting his brakes, but he was sliding a little bit. And like the prime, no ding on my prime driver, but you were doing too much. You didn't leave enough. You didn't leave a security cushion between you and that car that was in front of you.
Right.
So now when I call in to do my live load call, I got to hear safety come on there and say, well, you know, prime driver, blah, 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 I-80. I don't want to hear about that, because it should have never happened.
Yeah.
Anyway, you go on with your I go on with your thing.
Nah, that was it. That was, you know, basically, you know, a little chit chat that we need to have. for the viewers to know what's going on. Like, it ain't always sunshine when we're traveling up and down these roads, making sure that, you know, we keep America moving.
It's not. And
the differential. The little sign.
Oh no, that's because the cruise control is disabled right now. Because the radar on the front of the truck is snow covering it. So it can't. The camera it can't detect anything that's going on.
What's crazy is that little billboard just said, "Turn off your cruise control, slick spots."
Yeah. And see,
the technology in these trucks is amazing.
Exactly. And why would you even want to be on cruise control in a situation like this? You that lazy?
Yeah.
Your big toe hurt?
Not the big toe.
Some hurt. Your big toe, your pinky toe. What happened? You stumped it when you got out your bed. Your bump. There's no reason to be flying through here with cruise control. But you know, and for those of you that may be watching her, following her, and watching her vlog, and maybe you are an older, seasoned driver, you know, now I commend anybody that's been out here for many years, a lot of years. But and for those of you that are just watching because you like to follow her, like, this is real deal. Like, you have to be careful out here. Everybody has their method of madness while they're out here on this road. My method of madness, I want to be safe in everything that I do. I want to be safe in everything that I do. Because one mistake could be fatal for myself or somebody else.
Yep.
And they prosecuting us and putting us behind bars.
Yeah, because we're professional drivers. We took that risk when we got the license.
Yeah. We made a sacrifice. We took a major risk to be able to move freight across this country, to be a part of keeping this country up and running and moving. We took that sacrifice, and I love it. I love it. You know, so if you're a four-wheel driver, and you're on the highway with a semi, don't ride in the semi's blind spot. Don't tag along beside that trailer. If you can avoid it, don't ride alongside the trailer. Don't do that. Don't ride behind the trailer up close. If you can't see the front two mirrors on the this idiot here. If you can't see the front two mirrors, the door mirrors, the two big mirrors that are attached to the door of that semi that you're riding behind, you're following too close. You're following entirely too close. Because guess what? We can't see you. We may suspect you're behind us, but we can't see you. That means we can't see you. You can't see what you can't see me looking in my mirror, and if there's something going on ahead of me and I have to hit my brakes suddenly, then you're going to run your car, your truck, or whatever underneath the back of that trailer. And that situation could be really, really, really ugly, especially depending on how fast you're going behind that trailer. And that whole thing about, oh, let me ride behind the trailer so the trailer can carry me with its tailwind. Stop believing that. Don't believe that. Don't believe that. That is the most dumbest, stupidest, idiotic thing. My parents used to say that. And I took, Lord have mercy. But now that I know about it, I know better. Don't do that. That's the worst thing that you can do. If you're going to be passing a semi, if you're going to pass a truck and trailer, don't cut in front of us and then hit your brakes.
Yeah, please don't.
If you're riding behind a semi and you know that your exit is coming up, don't be a hot pants. Don't be hot pants. Just be patient just a little bit. And then you can stay behind us and you can make your exit. But what people do is they speed up around us. They're like, oh, snap, my exit. And you just cut in front of this truck. Now this truck driver has to hit their brakes. And when we hit our brakes and we have to hit them suddenly, we end up shifting our load sometimes. And when we get to our receivers and we have a shifted load, we stand the possibility of having a claim. And that's going to cost us money. So just some simple things to think about, you know, when you're out here.
That shifted load also changes the center of gravity too.
Yeah, it does.
So that affects us when we were making turns and trying to stop. So you guys got to be mindful of how you're driving. Share the road with the truck drivers. We're making sure that you guys get your freight. Everything that you like to order online or when you go to the grocery stores, we're making sure that we get it there to you guys to have as a consumer. So just make sure that you are being considerate of the drivers around you, because without us, technically, you have no other way of making sure that America keeps moving.
Yeah, I mean, that car that you may be driving, that motorcycle that you may be riding, you know, a truck driver bought that, transported that to wherever you got that motorcycle from. You got it from a dealership or whatever the case may be. Now, mind you, there are truck drivers that do some really dumb stuff.
Yeah.
I haven't forgotten about that. But as a four-wheel driver, if you're more alert and more aware of your surroundings, you know, instead of being like this, going down the road with a cell phone, you know, pay attention to your surroundings, because what I've learned out here is some people just drive. They just get in the car. Oh, I gotta go to the boo house. She wait for me. And you just trying to get to the boo house. You're trying to get the boo thing house. But you're not thinking about nothing else. You're not the only person on the road. So you gotta keep that in mind. You gotta pay attention to what you're doing. You gotta drive defensively. You gotta be able to look at a truck and watch them. If they start veering over to the right, to the left, into your lane just a little bit, they're distracted in their cab, and they're doing something that's distracting them. Back off a little bit, let them get their life together, and then once they get back over in their lane, don't go Miss Daisy by them. Get the hell on by them. Get the hell on by them. Get by them, because they're distracted. There's just certain things that you can pay attention to, and you can kind of know what or anticipate what somebody may or may not do, especially in a semi, because there are a lot of distractions in our cabs. There really is.
Yeah.
There really are a lot of distractions in our cabs. But anyway, go on with your